After 20 years of treating anxiety as a psychiatrist in the UK and US, I realized a mistake that completely changed how I practice. We've been treating the brain without looking more deeply into the other body systems that drive it. And if you've tried medications, therapy, supplements, and you still feel anxious, wired, or exhausted, this might finally explain why. Let's start with what recent anxiety research actually reveals why your current treatment might be missing the most important pieces and the exact framework that's helping people finally break free after years of feeling trapped. I'm Dr. Air, quadruple board certified psychiatrist and anxiety expert. I've treated thousands of people struggling with anxiety, and what I'm about to share took me 2 decades to fully understand. A few years ago, I had a patient I'll call Maya. She came to me after 6 years on multiple SSRIs. Some helped a bit, but her anxiety remained disabling. Racing thoughts at 3 a.m., excessive worry, chest tightness during meetings, feeling on edge. I did what I was trained to do. I adjusted her medication. She got a little better, then worse again. Then I adjusted it again. We did this dance for 2 years, and one day she looked at me and said, "Is there any hope that my anxiety will go away?" That question stopped me cold because the honest answer was, I didn't know. And that's when I started digging into the research that was quietly rewriting everything we thought we knew about anxiety and other mental disorders. For decades, anxiety was explained one way: chemical imbalance. Low serotonin, take this pill, feel better. That model made sense at the time, but here's what modern research has revealed. That old model was incomplete because your brain doesn't function in isolation. It's in constant conversation with your gut, your hormones, your immune system, your mitochondria, your blood sugar. When those systems are struggling, your brain struggles too. And no amount of serotonin adjustment will fix a gut that's inflamed, a nervous system running on no sleep, or a body that's been under chronic stress for 15 years. This becomes more common as we get older. Decades of accumulated stress, hormonal shifts, metabolic changes, they quietly rewire how your nervous system responds until the anxiety that used to come and go just stays. Think of anxiety treatment like a building. Most doctors start at the top floor, medication, but the building has no foundation. So the medication helps a little, or it works at first and stops, or it works, but you need more and more of it. Here's how I see anxiety treatment. You have to build from the ground up. The foundation is lifestyle and integrative medicine. Sleep, nutrition, movement, gut health, inflammation control, blood sugar stability, mitochondrial support. This isn't wellness stuff. This is evidence-based medicine. The middle layers, therapy and nervous system work. Cognitive behavioral therapy, somatic approaches, breath work, vagal nerve stimulation. The top layer is medication and advanced interventions, SSRIs, SNRIs, TMS, S-ketamine, and emerging treatments like psychedelics. Here's the key insight most doctors miss. When you build the foundation first, medications work better at lower doses with fewer side effects. Let's talk about 5 important shifts in anxiety treatment. Number 1, your gut is contributing to your mood. 90% of your serotonin, the neurotransmitter most anxiety medications target, is made in your gut, not your brain. If your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, your brain feels it. Studies on specific probiotic strains show they can reduce anxiety score significantly in just 8 weeks. A probiotic moving the needle on anxiety. That's not alternative medicine. That's published research. And yet most psychiatrists never ask about your guts. Number 2, inflammation is a hidden driver. Here's something that surprises most people. Anxiety isn't just psychological. Inflammation contributes. People with anxiety consistently show elevated inflammatory markers. Inflammation creates what researchers call neuro noise. It slows communication between brain cells. It makes your nervous system more reactive. Think of it like static on a radio. The signal is there, but it's distorted. For many adults in midlife, chronic stress, poor sleep, and hormonal shifts quietly drive inflammation higher and higher, making it harder for the nervous system to regulate. In a moment, I'll show you what's depleting your brain's energy supply and why it's one of the most overlooked drivers of anxiety today. If you're finding this video helpful, subscribe to this channel. This is exactly the kind of root cause science we break down every single week. Number 3, your brain's batteries are dying. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's total energy, but it can't store energy. It has to produce it constantly in tiny cellular power plants called mitochondria. When your mitochondria are struggling, your brain doesn't have the fuel it needs to regulate your mood, emotions, and anxiety. You feel wired but tired, foggy, emotionally flat, like you're running on fumes. Research now links mitochondrial dysfunction directly to anxiety, depression, and memory problems. And what depletes your mitochondria? Chronic stress, poor sleep, blood sugar crashes, inflammation, aging. Magnesium glycinate, CoQ10, methylated B vitamins, creatine monohydrate, these aren't trendy supplements. These are raw materials your brain needs to produce energy and stay regulated. Number 4, blood sugar swings trigger anxiety. Have you ever noticed your anxiety spikes when you skip a meal or crashes after a sugary snack? That's not a coincidence. When your blood sugar drops, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones that cause you to experience anxiety-like symptoms. Racing heart, shaky hands, feeling on edge. Your nervous system interprets a blood sugar crash as a threat. This gets worse with age, chronic stress, and hormonal changes. For women navigating perimenopause, insulin resistance can amplify this cycle dramatically. But the mechanism is the same for everyone. To help with blood sugar swings, ensure you consume about 30 grams of protein with each meal, including breakfast. Pair your carbs with fat and fiber, and don't skip meals. Number 5, sleep is not optional, it's medicine. One night of poor sleep increases anxiety significantly the next day. Sleep is when your brain detoxifies, resets your stress response, and consolidates emotional memory. Chronic sleep disruption makes anxiety worse. I've put together a free sleep guide that walks you through exactly how to optimize your sleep naturally. The link is in the description below. Now let's have an important conversation about medications. I'm not anti-medication. I prescribe them regularly. They're game changers for a lot of my patients. But here's what 20 years of practice has taught me. Medications work best when they're part of a system, not the whole system. SSRIs and SNRIs are genuinely helpful. They save lives, but they take 4 to 6 weeks to work, and they don't address what's driving the anxiety underneath. Benzodiazepines work fast, but they're not a long-term solution. They're addictive, they disrupt sleep, they can worsen memory and depression over time. The goal isn't to avoid medication. The goal is to use the smallest effective dose while building the foundation that makes that dose actually work. In addition to medications, there are other advanced treatments. TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, uses targeted magnetic pulses to stimulate underactive areas of the brain. As mood stabilizes, so does anxiety. Esketamine, Spravato, works on the glutamate system, not the serotonin system. It tends to work really fast, with many patients feeling better within hours of the first dose. Psilocybin and MDMA are showing remarkable results in clinical trials for anxiety, depression, and PTSD. What this means is that the treatment options for anxiety have expanded, with more to come. And if you've been told there's nothing left to try, that's simply not the case. Remember Maya? To get to the root cause of what was going on, we ran some labs. Her vitamin D was critically low, her magnesium was depleted, and her thyroid hormones revealed she had hypothyroidism. And that's when I finally saw it, the mistake I've been making, not just with Maya, but with dozens of patients before her. I was only treating the brain, not the body. I was only trying to fix the brain chemicals while ignoring the systems that control them. We rebuilt a foundation: vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3s, a high-protein breakfast, sleep optimization, and breath work. We also treated the hypothyroidism with the help of a PCP. As she improved, we were able to slowly taper off one of her medications. A few months later, she told me, "For the first time in years, I don't feel like I'm just surviving." That's what happens when you stop chasing symptoms and start treating the whole system. Understanding your anxiety is key to getting better. And that's exactly what this next video explains.